Energy creates energy. It is by spending oneself that one become rich. You better pay attention to command attention in your generation. Life begets life. Energy creates energy. It is by spending oneself that one become rich. Shall I come again? Life begets life. Energy creates energy. It is by spending oneself that one become rich. Every wealthy personality on this earth has spent themselves on something or for something. When you see Ronaldo, you have seen a man who have spent himself and is still spending himself on football. Yes or no? Are we together? If you hear me shout, clear. Shout, clear. Once you get it, just leave the setting, please. Hallelujah. I think I'm okay now. Don't bother to set anything. I'm okay, please. I love what Ford said. He said, my customer, thank you for buying my product in an imperfect way. So there's no product that is perfect. You know why? No matter how much you call perfect, we still improve it. So leave the improvement now. Just leave me. Let me flow. Are we together? Should I say that statement again? Because I want to move. It said, life begat life. Energy creates energy. It is by spending oneself that one become rich. Anybody that will be rich must be willing to spend himself for something or on something. If I'm clear to you now, shout louder, clear. When you see this lady that just entered into Guinness Book World Record that cooks, what's her name? Now, look at the energy of cooking for 3 days. That's being spent on cooking. It was so terrible that along the line she entered into menstruation. They had to rush her, help her to change. There was no energy to change herself. Some people had to guide her, support her to return back. Doctors were treating her because she was spent and being spent. Life begat life. Energy creates energy. It is by spending oneself. Son, it is by spending oneself that people become rich. That means that everybody wearing rag today at one time didn't spend themselves on what is matter. Look at what I said. I choose those words carefully. Everybody wearing rag today were at one time, they didn't spend themselves on what matter. Because whether you like it or not, you will use energy. It will be used. But question is, will it be used for what is valuable or valueless? I hope you know that nobody can contain energy for life. Nobody, sir. It's a usable commodity. So if you don't use it what is valuable, you will use for what is not valuable. For example, now, what's the essence of supporting Man U? That's energy in another. That's why they change the coach. they see they don't wear the clothes. Just please, that's on a lighter mood. So how Man you fan, all those sister, we love you. One of my daughters, she's a Man U fan. She's not on seat. One of your co, is also called Man U. It's a Man. Which one are you? Man U. Jesus' name, receive grace to be used. Hallelujah. Are we together? Everybody say it after me. Shout, aye. Are we together? On a lighter one, please. I'm just playing. For anybody to be rich, you must understand the value of energy. Shout energy. A little bit louder. A little bit stronger. It is in your capacity of spending yourself and being spent for something that you become rich. And I'm going to be diving into critical matters on this business service. I pray God will give us understanding to dissect it and to move. In the last class, I said there are two kinds of energy. We have what we call potential energy, the energy that is there as if it's dead. We have what we call the kinetic energy, the energy that is on motion, productive energy, energy that is doing something. Are we together? So what are we saying in this class is nothing just happened. For anything to happen, people must spend energy to make it happen. Shout, aye. And now explain better for us that the word energy simply means ability. Ability. And we went further that there are certain dynamics about ability. So we begin to spell it, breaking it down. Number one, we said the first thing we call ability is what you know. In the last class, we began to talk about what you can do. It's another ability. And for this class, we're going to be talking about how you do what you can do. So that is the topic today. Valuable energy is the main topic, but we are treating the subheading called how do you dispense energy, discharge energy? How? Someone say how. The word how talks about the modality, the packaging, the mode of delivery. A little adjustment of packaging can create or transform a tailor to a fashion designer. Yes or no? A little packaging can transform a seller of clothes into a boutique. And the price will double. The price will triple. The price will quadruple. Because somebody only packaged it well with a little form of energy and dynamics. Let me tell you, neighbor, it's not really about what you do. It's about how you do it that will decide how wealthy you are going to be. Anything you do without an adequate display of meaningful, constructive energy cannot bring wealth. We are not saying you are not doing something, but how you are doing it matters. How? I just got another ram from the heaven. Ask me, say what? How you do your thing will determine whether it will wow your people. Because God, it's not from anybody on earth. Father tells me now. Somebody shout, how? Decide the wow. How are you? I'll be cutting this coat from my picture and be sending it globally. How many of you want to wow your generation? Check the how. Now, you know one thing? The Lord told me one time, he said, if people are not demanding for you, why not place more demand on yourself? By working hard. If people are not demanding for your product, that means that their how is the reason why they are not wowed. Because everything of value wow people. If I'm clear, shout clear. If your clothes is properly arranged and valuable, people will be wowed. If they are not wowed, look at the mirror, adjust it again. Don't be offended. If you are not training, you still need some training. It's not a sin. A time is going to come. By the time you perfect your training, people will look for you and make you king. So if they are not making, if nobody is telling you, look good, don't be offended. Look at the mirror and keep adjusting. A time is going to come, you will advance. Because when you adjust enough, unnoticeably, you would have advanced. Even without people's compliments. So, Pastor, what are we saying? What we are saying is this: success is not about only what you do. How do you do it? So let's now begin to play the how. Number one, do you do your job with energy? Do you do your job with your ability? Energy, ability. How? Don't just tell me about what you can do. Don't just tell me about that you have done it. Let me be able to see how you did it. How? I read about a particular general. He had 2 soldiers with him. And one went to meet him. He says, sir, it's obvious. You hate me. The guy says, sir, I didn't hate you. Say, young man, I didn't hate you. Say, it's obvious. And I'm doing everything. You know, have you seen people like that that will confront you and display their, their behavior? Say, it's obvious you hate me. It's obvious you hate me. And the man said, no, it's not that I hate you. Say, why is it that you don't use me for major matter? The man said, I don't want to get you angry. He said, no. And please, could you put all your phones on silence, please? It's not showing respect. So everybody check your phones now. You may not know. Put your phone in silence or vibration. You may not know. It's not a sin. After 9 is a sin. It doesn't show honor. Are we together? Are we good now? Can I move? So where was I before the distraction? It's okay. Are you not listening to me? Where was I? It's okay, I've gotten it. So the guy now said, why is it that you don't give me a major task? You only give somebody a major task, not me. And the guy said, and I don't want to offend you. I don't want you to be angry. I don't want you to take offense. It's okay. So there was a major fight. He now called the guy. He said, guy, you can see that 2 of you are in uniform. I'm not. Number 2, he said, guy, go and get my shoe. Look at that word. You know those words are 2 statements. 2 of you are fully dressed, I'm not dressed. But go and get my shoe. That guy went and got his shoe. And when he came back, the man said, oh, I forget to tell you about my shirt. He ran again and brought the shirt. He said, oh, I forgot to tell you about my trouser. He went again and came and said, oh, I forgot to tell you about my belt. Oh, he came and he said, oh, I forgot to tell you about my cap. He ran again and came back. Now said, thank you. And the guy was fulfilled for doing one thing of 6 times. Foolish man. The second day, he now told his friend, he told the guy to watch. He told his friend. He didn't dress again. He just called him. He said, 2 of you are already dressed already. I'm not dressed. Just tweak the thing. Did you touch the sound? Are we together? He said, I'm not fully dressed. He just called, John, go and bring my belts. He didn't say shoe for the first time now. What John had was, I was not fully dressed. Go and bring my belt. He combined the 2. He needs to be fully dressed, not just belts. That's how to think. Say how. If you want to go far, you must be able to combine the how of your leader together. John went once. He brought cap, he brought vest, he brought shirt, he brought shoe, he brought belt, and came back. If you are the boss, who will you promote between the two? Let me use John and Jeffrey. The first one is Jeffrey. The second one is John. Who will you promote? If you want to go far, you must understand how to display energy like John. You must hear the statement of your leader in between the lines. What do I say? In between the lines. Please, is there any sound man there? Mr. Sheikh, come and hear what I'm hearing. You must be able to hear in between the lines. Are we together? In between the lines. Critically important. If somebody told you that I'm not well dressed, go and bring my belt, what was he telling you? Will you employ somebody you will send one job 5 times? Or somebody you will send one job and we do 5 times? Who is more valuable? Please talk now. Who is more valuable? Now, will you exchange 7 precious stones with 7 stones? Are they the same? If you go to market now with 7 stones, another person that came to market with 7 precious stones, who will go back home richer? Are they the same in value? Are they the same in currency? Are they the same in naira? No, sir. Ask yourself a question. How precious is your energy? Ask your neighbor. Ask somebody, say, how precious is your energy? Thank you. How do you do things? Under the how you, number 2. Which, how will I put this? A topic that they are intrinsic topic. You know something when I mean intrinsic, they are internal. But you can't be wealthy without them. You understand what I'm saying when I say intrinsic? How you do it, number 1, I've mentioned number 1. Number 2 is, do you do your work with joy? Whatever you are doing, your facial expression, colorize it. One time I was telling my daughter, I said, the best of you, I see it when you are with your son. So you are happy, you are excited, you are happy. I see another version with you. Why not make that version the main you, not the one that is distorted? Perfect version. Forget about the external one. That somebody wants to cheat you, I will not take nonsense, lay that one. The one you display now, take it and give it to the world. The world will chase you. Like now. The person may think that I'm attacking her now, but I'm telling her that your real strength is this one. You are really, originally, you're a loving person. A yellow sweaty by. See, there's some experience that have killed your originality. That God now help you, that motherhood now brought it out, that officially, so this person is supposed to be. But like Shaya will say, the cares of this world, they have penetrated your emotion. You know, they've turned you from a willing to a warrior. You know one thing about pastor. Let me tell you. But it's a good thing. I should keep it. Yes, thank you. My PhD, I should keep it. He knows my heart. Because he follows me everywhere. The only thing I'm praying for is to just get the time. Time to engage, time to marry, time to... Are we together? Do you know whatever you do with joy, increase in value? As simple as joy. I'm telling you the truth. If you see 2 teachers, if one is teaching rejoicing, smiling, excited, the value of the second person doing it with boning, see, your facial expression will either give you value or devalue you. I was going through some research during the week. They said, should I say it? They say it's not who you know that matters. It is who knows you that matters. Let me tell your neighbor, it is not who you know that matters. It is who knows you. I will answer that question. Every time I say, it is not who you know that matters. It is who knows you that matters. Now, do you know how many people that know Baba Deboye? All of us. Or does he know all of us? Aye. So it's claiming that you know somebody is a potential energy. It's useless. Does the person know you? You understand it now? So it is not really the people you say you know that matter. It is the people that knows you that matter. You can see how funny life is. Everybody knows Canon Wako, but does he know you? Everybody knows Bishodepo, does Bishodepo know you? So you must now begin to work on people that knows you, not the one you know. So how do you make people to know you? So simple. And so one of the ways you can make people know you is to become friendly. And they say you can never become friendly until you become smiley. Look at that word. You must begin to display energy of joy for no reason. Understand what we said. You must become smiley. We didn't say you should be smiling. There's a difference. Huh? Smiling is an action. Smiley is an attitude, way of life. Come on, put your ear. Mr. Shegu, come on, put your ear here. You are so popular now in this church. Everybody know you all over there. Just pass through that. And this is what I'm going through. Are we together? Hello? If I'm making sense, say Iboli after me. Smiling is an action. You can stop doing it. Smiley is an attitude. It's a behavior. There's a way we look at you and we have hope. There's another way we look at you and we lose hope. How you look. Your son should be able to look at you and have hope. So the second thing is how you do it. And do you do your thing with joy? With excitement, with smiley. We are not saying you should be laughing as if you don't have sense. No. You have sense. But we say you should do things with utmost joy. Say joy. For example, now look at the way I'm looking. You know I'm joyful like this. I don't need to smile. But I'm smiling from within. So it's coming out. It's glowing. What we are talking about is do your job with this glow. Play drum with glow. Sing with glow. Drum with glow. Back up with glow. That is how to blow. Teach with glow. Sell with glow. Propose with glow. And say yes with glow. Don't go and say as if you are helping the man. You have considered it's your choice. That's why you say yes. Nobody force you. And say, actually, because I didn't see anybody, that's why I chose you. You're a stupid girl. I want to give your life for somebody you don't like. It's very wrong. Nobody pressurizes you. You consider. He proposed, you consider. You took your time. You now came back and said, actually, not that I really like you, but there was no option. If I were that man, he said, you are not an option again. I changed my mind. Even God changed his mind. When you sign for something, and assign yourself to it. You hear that quote? When you sign for something, assign your life for it. After graduation, you have signed for wealth. Assign yourself to your duty. If you hear me shout, I hear. And I want to go deeper. Oh. Number 3, hope you are picking the point as I'm saying it. Doing your job with, do your thing. You must understand the value of time. Time, the value of time in energy dispense, in displaying energy. Can you just help me to just mute this noise that you had? You can help me, I'll be so grateful. You must understand the value of time in displaying or dispensing energy. At the back, at the overflow, if you can hear me, I'll be so grateful because I'm saying you need it. Value of time. Let me explain one concept. We call the concept using your peak time effectively. Say Ibole after me. Peak time. Time you can peak. I'm just playing with that. Oh. Time you can peak. What is the concept of peak time? The concept of peak time simply means not all time matters. There's a time that is more valuable than another time. Let me explain. As a student, I realize reading in the morning is not my turn. Reading in the night is not my turn. Reading in the afternoon is not my turn. My only time, peak time, is between 5 and 9. And I didn't discover that early. So I struggle academically because I don't know the time I can peak understanding. Hallelujah. Are we together? That's what I'm saying. When you are here, I'm your only assignment. Like now, I lost you now because you are doing all that thing. When somebody stand behind this thing, it's me. Any other thing should leave. If you go and do other thing, if you're not busy, it's the person. Just look as if you want to fire me. You're gone. That's the mentality. Are we together? Say it after me. Peak time. You must understand that concept of peak time. See, not all time matters. What do I say? Understanding is not available at all time. And I know what I'm saying. Let me put it better. You don't have energy at all time. Let me explain. Have you not discovered that your energy is variable? There's sometimes the energy cries to crescendo to a higher height and come down again. We're going to get in a second point. Say Iboli after me. Understand that there are different value. There are different, how will I put it? There are different peak time to different energy. Now, what I just said, how many of you realize it happened to you? Some people read in the night, some read in the day. When is your peak time? Please come. Thank you. Let me hold.
Very early in the morning.
Very early in the morning. Do you know that, like,
From 4 a.m.
From them. Wait. As a student, if she look at her colleague and say they are reading the night and start reading like them, is it not stupid? Because it will waste time, it will waste energy in a wrong time. Thank you. If you want to be rich, you must know your peak time. And begin to display that peak time for your business. That is why working from morning to night does not show you are diligent. It shows you are busy. And you can be busy and not be in business. It doesn't show. Have you not discovered that most poor people at K? Sorry. Most people, I don't want to mention that area again. One of my sons worked there. Most poor people are different. Like, some of them go in money, they go and work for money tonight, and they have nothing to show because their earning capacity is slow. You know why? They don't know their peak time. You must put your lesson in your peak time. Learn at your peak time. Do your work at that peak time. If I'm clear with that peak time concept, shout aloud that yes. There's something here. I said, productivity isn't about time. It's about focus, clarity, and your energy level. You must understand when you have the highest energy level. 1 hour of focus work during your peak time can worth many hours of work at other time. I now wrote it. As you keep tackling key issues, when you have the most energy available, you'll begin to succeed. We all have period during the day in which we have far more energy than the other time. Yes or no? At your peak period, assimilation increase. Yes or no? Concentration increase. Yes or no? Excitation increase. Yes or no? You are at your best. Yes or no? But the problem of the poor, they don't have value for time, peak time. Can you see why people are struggling now and they don't have anything to show? No, they don't. See, understanding makes you to become outstanding. And the first level of understanding is understanding of oneself. Not even others. Understand your peak time, your energy, your ability is the first lesson. Leave others. What concerns you with others? Yourself first. Who are you? What can you do? We are now in how can you do it? And one of the how is, what is your peak time, your peak performance time? Your life is not attached with anybody. Like you came alone, you were there alone. So face your job. Stop living for others alone. Know your peak time. Every day you are checking. What is my neighbor doing now? What is my neighbor doing until you are doing nothing? Leave your neighbor. Understand your own peak time and start putting work. Say put job at your peak time. When I pick book around 5, I'm faster. That's why most of the night I just pray. I read basically from that 5 to like 9. Because no matter what I pick at that time, I understand. Don't now say because PFM peak time is 5 to 9. You now say, let me go and try it. If it's not your own, you will try it and not thrive. You must know your own. Your own may be middle of the night. Your own can be afternoon under hot stone. Sunhead. If you see, those are the training we're supposed to teach our children early. Don't look at somebody's watch to do your work. Don't look at somebody's watch to do your work. Leave somebody's watch to their watch. Face your own watch so the generation will watch you. If you like clapping, clap better. Are we ready for this second point? This one is critical. The second, under the, we say understand your peak time. Number 2, you must understand how to manage that time, that peak time. See, during the day, we have what we call the pull hour and the push hour. What do I call it? What do I call it? What do I call it? Some hour of the day where you have the energy to push things. And there comes an hour of the day that you fall into your subconscious level. Yes or no? It happened to you yesterday. Once it becomes night, you enter into your pool hour. It's like the atmosphere pull you down and you fall down. You are as good as dead. Yes or no? We call it sleep. In psychology, we call it pool hour. At that time, your conscious capacity can no longer function. You become dead to your environment because you have entered into your what? Pool hour. So what do you do in your push hour? The time, see, you can only have few, do you know you only have few time to focus in a day? Oh, let's tell ourselves the truth. Do you see anybody you can focus for 24 hours? Is a lie. Is what? It's not possible. Because in every hour of the day, there's a pull and push. You can only be active in your push hour. Now, you will get it better. There was one time Jesus was teaching the disciple the concept of sowing a seed in different soil. Yes or no? And he said the sower went to go and sow seed. Some fell on the wayside. Am I right? You know that's total failure. Because the birds of the air came to eat it. Am I right? He said the other one fell on the roadside. Am I right? Please tell that brother to sit right. Please. Sit right. Sit right. He's in his pull hour. No, it's the AC that is taking him, that's pulling him. Are we together? So, where was I? Please, let's be serious. I want to quickly make one. What do I say? No, the what? And sowing seed. Some fell on the wayside. The birds of the air came and steal it immediately. Yes or no? You see, the other one fell on among thorns. You know, the thorn grew. It has no root and a land. The other one fell among what? On the rocky. When the rock, it has no foundation and dried up. Now, look at it. If you are cutting 100% key to success, that's 75% loss already. Yes or no? 25 on the wayside, 25, another 25 among the thorns, another 25 on rocky. Look at it. So the only chance of people's success is 25 capacity. So out of 100 people, the only potential person that can be rich is 25 out of 100. Extremely wealthy. Out of that 25, the Bible now says some seed fell on, there's some seed produced 30%. Those are people among the success, but they are still failing. Because 30% is failure, yes or no? Those are people that look like succeeding, but they are not. Those are package fools. Package fools. Like my son helped me to change it. Package fools. F-O-U-L. Eh? F-O-E-S. Thank you. Package fools. But he didn't succeed. So that out of that 25, look at it again. 30% of it has failed again. You now see another one produced 60%. Then another one produced 100%. So that means that out of, you now imagine, so out of 100 people you see, the only people that are potentially that can be rich, you're like 15. Amen. So you now calculate it in a generation. That's why it's like the rate of prosperity, prosperous people are fewer in number than struggling people. Because to be rich is not a coincidence. It's an incident. To be rich is not a sudden occurrence. It's a calculated experience, an occurrence. Money cannot fall on you. Orange can fall, banana can fall, but not money. For you to have money, you make it. And some of you will think all these secular musicians that they just suddenly fell on wealth. Brother, let me tell you one thing. I won't mention the name of this guy not to give him popularity. He was doing a show in a hotel. Want to produce a song. You all know that song, but I won't say it. Do you know he did not beat for like 4 days? Imagine the display. If you know the amount of display of energy in that 8-minute songs you hear, you will sing it. said, no, you didn't do it well. All those producers may not bait for 5 days for a 10-minute song. You now thought that they only suddenly become rich. Why is it that most of them are on drugs? To sustain it, the energy is crazy. You want to sing a song of just 10 minutes, they use 4 days to produce one. How many remain in their life? All those songs. See, when you watch songs, look at the number of people that produce it. You know that it's not play. You say makeup, they mention like 5 people. Screen, this one. No, screen view. No, producer, studio work. Sometimes we look at football and say if they consider the energy they used to play football, they will not give anybody money. It's a terrible occupation, footballer. Whereby you go to field every day, and in a week you must do what they call endurance. That's how you must jog around the stadium 30 times. You jog rag. I wanted to take it as a career. I ran away. So I was a keeper at that time. I didn't tell my son all this before. I used to be a keeper. And I was tall. I would dive. Push. So when my brother went for endurance and came by Femi Bankole, he told me, he said, pastor. Terrible field. So the fact that somebody display in 10 minutes, you don't know what is behind that display. We now see those guys are lucky. Sudden celebrity. If he's sudden, they will not be taking drugs. Some of them are dying because they have to release song all the time, and each one will take like 5 days. Some. See, what am I saying? Let Emeka come and ask him. Where's Emeka? Is Emeka already in the house? Thank God he entered. Emeka, in the production of some music, anytime he's owing tight, that's a way of it. Come and sit down. The Lord bless you, son. Some of those music we hear for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, like how many days do you normally to produce it? And you see, the one you witness in the quarter that he's steaming, that didn't be, don't mention his name, that didn't be for like how many days? Like 3 days. You could not even beat. Because you called me, another, you didn't do it well. When we check that production, you bend. Come again. Imagine me tell you, no matter when you sang, you bend. Kidding! Now song we supposed to sing, I've been okay. 3 days. Just to adjust for 10 minutes song. 10 minutes. Oh, one time he was telling me, he said, Pastor, please, those guys pay with their blood to produce some of this song. I don't want to give you, because I know some people, once I sing like somebody, it's a national anthem. Why? The reason why it became national anthem, it was because it's bloody. You've shed blood. Someone that didn't sleep for 3 days, that's not bloody. The painful thing is those songs are not more than 10 minutes. The guy was doing like this. He was telling you can't do this now. Let's really finish. Let's finish another production. It's like there's the way you Please everybody say it after me. Your push hour, your pull hour must be managed. Everything is not valuable at all time. You are not your best at all time. Are we together? You can only be at your best in your push hour. In your pull hour, you fall like a pack of wood. Yes or no? Did you see anybody that slept yesterday and stood like this? Like Emeka? And stood and slept standing. The last man standing. I'm married. No, I didn't say it fully. Just spread the perfume. Are we together? Stretch for your two hands, everybody. If you are being clear, shout clear. Am I blessing you this morning? So you must understand that how you do your work matter. And in that how there are layers of how. You are a tailor. You know that your peak time is in the night. You don't want to be sewing during the day. You'll be making mistakes. You'll be omitting. Okay, God now lifts you. You rose to managerial level. You should manage people at your peak time. You should inspect people's job for you at your peak time. As a student, do you read all the time? When is your peak time? The time you grab most? In the night. Come. Now, come, please come. Now, as a businessman now, you imagine you have several tailors under you. You have different people working for you. The moment you know that your peak time is in the night, don't inspect that work in the day. Inspect their work when?
The night.
You will see error easily. You will not, all their mistake will be revealed to you. Because in your peak time, you are like God. Thank you. Your error is minimal. Your mistake is next to none. You operate at your utmost capacity at your peak time. But the problem is, how do we help a man that don't even know his peak time? Because emotionally, you have lived your life as it comes. You are now 34. 44. Are we together? Do you know what just came to me now? Let me tell you. You are now 34. Otiform. So what do? You must search. See, there's some things in life that people cannot help you. You have to know yourself. By observing. When am I joyful most? When do I assimilate most? Go back in your mind to check for your strengths and bring it. If you want to be wealthy, you must know your peak time and start doing valuable things at that time. Especially your trainings at that time, your reading at that time, inspection at that time, your business at that time. You must see. There was one time a crocodile came out of water and some lion wanted to fight the crocodile. So they were fighting with lion. They wanted to kill the crocodile and eat. It was fighting. But in the bid of fighting them, the crocodile was so wise that the land is not his platform for peak performance. So as he was fighting, he was consciously looking for water. Consciously looking for water. He was fighting. Please don't fight and forget your strength. He was fighting those lions, but narrowly moving, stylishly moving. The moment he hit water, the lion pick race. They know that in that water, they become suya. Let me tell your neighbor, what is your own water? What is your area of peak performance? What are you best at? What can you do more than others? Please don't tell me you can fight more than others. That's not a peak. Don't tell me you can keep malice more than others. That's foolishness. Peak performance. In business, there's a cost like that. Peak performance. And you will do it for months. You begin to look for your energy. Say energy. Your ability. Because you can't be richer than your abilities. That's the truth. So the journey of wealth and abundance is trapped in what you can do, in your abilities. See Ronaldo, football, that's his ability. So how is displaying that ability now matters. They are now in that ability of football. There are now many people who never became star. Yes or no? There used to be one useless guy like that. We call him Hazard. He looked like Hazard. How can somebody name give out to somebody and call the boy Hazard? That guy had the potential of being the best ever footballer that ever lived. But doesn't understand peak performance. He was too lazy. He doesn't train. Because he's a born player. See, be careful of extremely skillful people. Extremely gifted people don't become a gift to their generation. People that can do many things well don't do well. It's the people that can do one thing or few things well that does well. Because there's a difference between a gifted footballer, a gifted footballer, a gifted basketballer. You know, some people can do many things. And the footballer playing for Nigeria. You didn't get it. When I was reading about it, I was just laughing. There's a difference between a guy that can do a job well. Yeah, let's use football. There's a difference between a guy that can play well, very playful, he can play football very well, and the one that is playing for Nigeria. You know there's a difference. We get it better now. There's a difference between the guy that can dribble well and Ronaldo playing for his country. Ask me, say, what is the difference? One is a professional. One is available playing. You know, some people can coach with their mouths. Are we together? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Everybody quickly shout peak performance. So the reason why we call people playing for Nigerian professional is because they've mastered only one thing. To the level that of 200 million Nigerians, they qualify to be among them. Yes or no? They've risen to the level of selected few. So I'm not careful. I'm not really moved about what you can do. I'm moved about how you are doing it. Say how. And in that how, you must know your peak. And in that peak, you must also check again, what is your push hour? What is your pull hour? If you begin to put your job at your pull hour, you can't go far. Say push hour. Always put your best performance when you're at your best. Write it down. Always do your job when you're at your best. Let me now tell you one truth today. The reason why I mentioned Hazard, like Hazard, is because he was a footballer of Chelsea, former Chelsea player. He's supposed to be one of our greatest legends. Look, did Hazard wear our number 7 shirt? What about number 9? What was his cloth that he wore? 10. He was too lazy to be lasting. He was too lazy to last. We just sit down, we will not train. But mistakenly, you can't win without him at that time. That Ronaldo had to bend his Mourinho. They had to bend rule. He's too good. But a time is going to come, no matter how good you are, there will be many people that are good. But only diligence will deliver you. So at that time, because he was at his peak, despite he will not train, they will still use him. And he will score. And he will dribble. He became so good as a lazy, stupid guy that he became the captain of his country. I don't know that kind of country. Your captain is a lazy boy. War is the city. Whose king is a child? Remind me that country. Belgium. He was their captain for years. That's why they never won any cup those time. Did they win any cup under his captainship? I don't think so. Because how can a lazy guy be captaining you, but skillful? So a time came, we won some club cup, but not with him as a captain, but as a player, but I was a skillful player in Chelsea. So a time came for his promotion. So at that time, Chelsea was not really winning any cup, as it were. So they had to promote him. Real Madrid bought him. When you are among the blind, you can become a king with one eye. But when you move among people that have 2 eyes, you must have insight. Lest they push you outside. They now invited him to Real Madrid. Let me explain for you. Somebody that don't know football, let me explain. Real Madrid is the most successful club on earth. Do you understand? When we combine Africa, Asia, North America, South America, Australia, all the 7 continents together, the most successful club on earth is Real Madrid. Can't be comparing them with Arsenal, who never won any Champions League. This one just have mouths. When Real Madrid has won Champions League life, they are 15 times. How many times now? Is it 14 or 15? But how many times? 15. Is it Lekon that is talking or somebody? Because if Arsenal fan talk, we don't know. No, don't let people that have never tasted victory begin to tell you victory. Arsenal. No. Be careful of who is teaching you. Careful. The quality of your teacher will affect your performance. How can people like Arsenal be telling us about Champions League? Hey, taste it now. Echo soon a definery. Go for laying. Yeah, would then. Those are team that we call starters. Are you together? May your life not be a starter life alone. We also call them almost team. Almost win. Heavy Premiership, almost team. Almost. Almost. Ejagbadura. Gbogbo almost no ayiwa Olúwa bá yọ dànù. So he now returned back he went to Real Madrid. When he got to Real Madrid, he began to meet players whose pedigree is more than him, and they on bench. At that time, his laziness has become his behavior. He could not catch up. They benched him at one time for almost a season. Almost a season. Lekon, am I right? How many seasons? Almost like 2 seasons. He was just wearing jersey and collecting cup in Potentia. His name was one of the players. He will now win the club. He will not play from beginning to the end, but they will give him medal. At least he has many medals he didn't work for. And at a particular time, they expel Hazard out of Real Madrid unceremoniously. The captain of somebody that had the potential of being the best. He didn't understand peak performance. Just became because I'm talented. I can do anything. I was telling one of my sons, I said, you are talented, but you have to be diligent. You have to be able to take initiative without being told. Lift up your right hand. If I'm clear, shout clear. Am I making sense? Have I been able to bless you this morning? So go back. Everybody go back and do your research. Go back and do your research. Don't just do things. Go. See, tiredness is a proof you don't have a plan. And I stand to tell you that truth. Anybody is saying all the time you are tired, is a proof you don't have plans. Married woman, if you don't plan out to schedule your schedule, you'll be tired all the time. Because you'll be combining motion. There'll be commotion of activity, commotion of duty, commotion of responsibility. So you'll be tired. I'm saying that to all the married women and all the married men. Tiredness is a proof you don't have a plan for your life. You didn't plan your schedule. So things come and you do it. Your energy is zap anyhow. For you to be rich, you have to be more specific. What do I say? Specific. With your energy. What are you pointing into? What are you doing part-time? What is your structure? What is your system? Everybody's looking at me everywhere and they say I'm younger. But they can't deny that I'm working. You know I'm younger? Everything has its place. Now, the new schedule now is this. For next year, I've already told our staff, we have dedicated work for each day. Friday for memo. So I want to begin to do memo for 4 months now. Whereby I'll be in January. And I'll finish the message of February, March, April, May. Because every Friday we resume, we are working on memo. Every Friday. Thursday, another work. Monday, another work. Tuesday, another work. I want to be that deep in 2025. So that I can tell yourself that I've done my assignment, take the memo, and I go to Australia to go and bless them, go to Germany to go and bless them, go to Asia, and nothing is missing, nothing is breaking, because I'm ordered. Some people cannot travel and leave their family. They'll be devil. Why? Everything does not have a place. Somebody gave me another bag, and I wanted to change. And my PH saw where I put everything. Then I brought out my blade that I used for 1 year. One blade for 1 year. And I gave somebody. The person just used it for 2 hours. I had to dash the person. Somebody else used blade for 1 year. Blade 1 year. Are we together? And see, that's how to do things. Energy in proper place. My father saw me, said, I need a toothpaste in your bag. He knows I will always have toothpaste in my bag. Are we blessed this morning? I think we should round up. Are you blessed? Let me see what you've learned and let me answer your question. So round up. Lift up your right hand. Say it after me. I will put my energy in the right place, doing the right thing, and I will make it big. In Jesus' name. Any contribution or question or addition? Please, let's be fast. I need to round up because of your time.